Please say hello to Aubrey Plaza. Well, that's nice. How you doing?
I'm good.
That's really nice of Zach. Well, you know, he's got Rainbow Shaft. It's hard for him to do that kind of thing.
On Saturdays, you have to come to rehearse and you have to sing, and they really put me through it. And I couldn't say no to that because they forced me to do it, which is fine. But they they actually made me do singing lessons. They had a singing lady there who was making me do the in front of the director, and I was crying. I was not.
And it wasn't even your birthday.
No. But
just weeping.
Yeah.
Did you give a speech? Did you have to give a speech for this when you got the award?
Yes, I wasn't required to, but I did give one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you happy with how the speech went?
I think so. Of what I can remember of it, I think I said thank you. Thank you to Young Hollywood for this award. Thank you to all the young people. You old people. Old people.
What?
Old people can go themselves.
Why did you?
I'm going to live forever, and then I walked off.
Okay.
Yeah.
The movie The To-Do List. There's a scene where you pleasure yourself.
Yes.
How do you approach that kind of scene? That's got to be a strange thing to shoot on camera.
How do I approach it? Mentally? Or...
Just...
Did you work with an elite corps of masturbators?
Yeah.
Before training
SEAL Team 6 of masturbators. I'm just curious. That's an intense act to simulate on film.
So, you just...
Why may I ask,
Drinking.
is he dressed as Santa Claus?
He's dressed as Santa Claus because, well, first of all, he thought he wanted to go to Mexico, and we surprised him, and we told him to just pack bathing suits and flip-flops. But we actually took him up north where it's very cold. And then we packed him another suitcase with just a Santa costume in it. And that's all he had to wear all weekend.
Oh, really?
So we were, yeah, and he was wheeling me around, and people were very afraid of our group.
I would think they would be, yeah.
They stayed away from us.
Well,
but
you know,
I did it, for the televised, I did it for myself. I don't know why I did it. I'm sorry. Next question.
Nope, they're all about that speech.
Okay.
How are you? Are you having a good summer so far?
Yes, so many penises.
Okay.
It is summer.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was really, there were so many weird moments, but he was so cool about it and so professional and everything. And I felt bad for him because the very first thing that happened before we even started doing anything was originally my bra was supposed to pop off. It was going to be this gag, and then they decided at the last minute we're not going to do that. But they had rigged my bra anyway, so they were like, it won't pop off, it's fine. And the very first take, they were like, action! And he went towards me and it just went, popped off! And I was like, ah! And then that's how we started the day. And I was like, well, at least we broke the ice.
Well, that's very, you will always have this, that you had this incredible Robert De Niro experience.
Yeah, and so will he.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's me eating his face.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Yeah. He's right there. Whatever you're trying to say, you could say to him there.
Oh, I don't think I should say this out loud.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, no, you definitely shouldn't say that out loud. Yeah. Did you, okay. Aubrey,
Yeah.
you probably need to get dressed for the show, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever you say, Jimmy.
Right, yeah. I think you should. Guillermo, show Aubrey where the dressing room is and find her a power outlet also, will you?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
thank
just
you.
gonna leave this here.
Okay, I'll hang on to this.
95%.
Yeah. I'll give this to you when you come back out as a
Okay.
guest, okay? All right, and it'll be right up to 100. All right, thank you.
Well, what? Okay. Have you ever had like a party with
You
cocktails?
mean what?
Have you ever done that? Have you ever had like, oh, let's have a party. Let's have cocktails. Let's have drinks.
For myself?
Yeah.
No. No.
Okay. All right. Is it just your birthday that you're like this, or is this every day of your life?
I don't know. Is a day, you know? What is time? what are we doing
I
here?
want to kill myself now. Why are any of us here?
Did you at least have cake?
Yeah.
How would you describe your? Well, you're in it. You're attracted to Robert De Niro.
That's right.
Who's how old is Robert De Niro?
I believe Bob is 73.
I'm sorry, Bob.
Yeah.
I didn't have sex with him on film.
Well, I
but,
did. So. I don't know. I've just been in a really weird mental state lately.
You've been in a weird mental state?
Yeah, I keep finding these bites all over my body.
What?
Like that one, and I don't know where they're coming from. So
That is, you actually do have a bite
Yeah, I do.
right there.
I spend most of my days wondering where these. Is that a shot?
No, it's right there. It's right there. I mean, look at that. That's a bite.
That's don't stop doing that. Stop it. You're getting me all hot and bothered.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so
I'm putting that right up to bitestrokers.com.
Yeah, I'll stroke my bite any day for you, Conan. Well, you know, the movie is my character of Lenore is for me, it's a love story. We're soulmates, you know. I'm going to spring break with my friends, and Robert De Niro's character lies and says he's a professor, and my character has this kind of like obsession with having sex with a professor. So I kind of zero in on him, and I'm like, I'm gonna you, and he's like, I'm gonna you too, and then we do.
Spoiler alert,
So,
but yeah.
What was the question? To Joe's desk.
Sure.
And was like, look, your name. And there was a card on his desk on a vice president stationery that said my name underlined, and then it had bullet points of facts about my life. And then at the bottom
So that
of
he
it,
could, when he met you, he could
Yeah.
say like, oh, and then he could,
Yeah.
remember you, and you could think, oh, he
hey,
really remembers.
I remember everything about you. You were born
Yeah.
on June 26th, and
Right.
And stuff like that. And then at the bottom it said like, Aubrey claims she met you at a youth leadership conference, and she was the last speaker, parentheses, according to her. So it was a little snarky too. And I was like, and then
It's like they don't believe you.
Yeah, it's
I
like they
know.
should have said, no way she's a closer.
Yeah.
I know.
That just
I
is
mean,
so
I don't
rude, like,
blame-
according to her, anyway.
Well, it was probably his assistant or something. And
Okay, did you hire, like it's traditional, if the party's getting a little raunchy, sometimes to hire a male stripper for the...
we didn't actually, but funny thing you asked, at 3:30 in the morning, one of the bridesmaids drunkenly went on the street and just asked these two random guys to pretend to be strippers and come to our house party. And because it was Dewey Beach, which is in Delaware, and anything goes there, I think these two guys were just like, yeah, oh. And, they were
Don't
like,
worry, it's the least shocking thing you've said.
it was a little bit of like, we didn't totally plan out the scene. We didn't know how it was going to go down. So there was a lot of like moments where, Dan would call me over and he'd be like, in the next take, Aubrey, why don't you suck on his nipples? Try that. And I'd be like, you want me to do Robert De Niro? And then he'd be like, yeah, suck on his nipples. And then I would go and I'd try to do it, and I'd try to get in there and suck on his nipples, and he was like batting me away, and I didn't know if it was like in character or not, because you never know.
Right, yeah, well, sure.
Him, and then they cut the camera, and then Dan called me back, and he's like, Bob does not like his nipple area paid attention to. So don't do that. And I was like, great. Well, now he thinks that I wanted to do that, and it was a lot of really fun.
It seems like the kind of thing you run by a guy in it. Do you feel?
I think it's a spiritual problem more than anything.
In what way is it a spiritual problem?
Well, I don't know. I feel like if it's not a physical thing, it's like a evil manifestation of spirits that are karmic related. I don't know. I also gave myself 2 hickeys on my arm.
How did you do that? How did you do?
I sucked on my arm.
No, wait, let me.
And I've been really hormonal lately, and I caught myself yesterday singing a song out loud that goes, kill, 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 die, die, die. When I was a kid, I competed in Irish dancing competitions, river dance, which is something that
Irish dancing where your legs go straight out.
Yes.
And your arms just stay at your side.
Yes, which was a very, it was an existential moment I had where I realized, oh, that's probably why I'm so awkward and weird, is because I was taught at a young age to have no expression and not move my arms.
That's the other thing. The Irish have the worst dance, and I'm going to get complaints about this now, but being 100% Irish, I can say we have the worst dancing because our arms are straight by our side, our feet are shooting out in front of us, and our faces are just supposed to be like this the whole time. Well, we're bouncing up and down with no joy.
I know, I know. And I told her that, and she was like, oh my God, your entire life makes sense to me now. And she couldn't believe it. And I was like, yeah, I forget that I was an Irish dancing competitor, but you forget things.